Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel and my very first video that happens to be about Lego Fortnite. So lately we have known about how to build on an angle in Lego Fortnite thanks to Grind Geek, and thanks to Kaz actually for being the YouTuber that I found out about this through. Without either of those people, then this video wouldn't be happening. So I actually took that same idea and I kind of evolved it into what you will see now, where we actually have round walls. As many of you will know, this is very much not normally possible, and it was actually quite the challenge and took a lot of time to get to what you see here. So I unfortunately didn't get video of me building the perimeter, but that's actually a very important first step where I actually built, as you see, the straight walls to make the perimeter. This was actually very important in figuring out the math to make the curve nice and consistent because I had to pre pre-place uh, some pillars first to use for the method of angling the walls, and so yeah, that was step number one. Then after that, I would find the center wall in each end, and then I would actually build off of it. So like snapping the pillar to the edge and then nudge it over both directions. So in this case, it was 12 one direction, then one, and then the next pillar was 12 2, and then 12 3, 12 4 for example. And then after that, then I started going over less, so it was 11 then 5. So the second number kept getting bigger by one every single piece, and then gradually the other direction got smaller, just to kind of gradually build in the curve. And then once you're done that, add one more pillar on the top of each one of these. This is actually very important because these are the pillars that you're going to be pushing the platform up against to create your curved walls. Now in this video there is an error. I actually should have snapped these to those pillars, but basically the next step is to make a floor that you would put the platform on to push up against those pillars. So basically copy what's happening here, but just make sure that those get snapped to the pillars and then nudged in so that they are the exact same height. Then after you have your floor built, make it a dynamic platform and then push it up against the pillars to get your angle. Just make sure that you don't have a floor under it because you do need to snap things to the bottom side here. So as you see, I'll break that floor there. And then to get the pillar the same height, I'm going to add one layer of flooring and then bring it underneath, nudge it out, and place it. And then that is the pillar that you will be using to place the wall. Then afterwards, you do actually have to add these on top. They will become important later on if the walls need any minor adjusting. So yeah, add those now and then they'll make sense later. And then after you have made all of those, then you can go ahead and destroy the initial pillars that you had made for making the angles. Then once you are done that, then you would go back to where you started and choose your wall piece and snap it to the pillar and then nudge it in. And then what I did after that is make sure that your gap is fairly tight here and that there's no spacing. In this case, there is a small space, so then this is how we're going to fix that. So add this piece here just to get it higher than everything else. Then you're going to snap your 16 by 16 floor on the end of that. And then you're going to add this onto here. And then add in your pillars. This is so that you can snap in your pillar under the platform like before. And then make your platform and push it up against the pillars like last time. Now what you can do in this case is just place it down and then you can make the new pillar and try and place a wall just to kind of see where it is. Otherwise, if you know roughly how much you have to move it closer, if you notice, I'm trying to line up the studs just off the center of those pillars, just to try and move the wall a little bit closer. So this is just going to be like a lot of trial and error. You might be making a pillar, make a wall, it doesn't line up. You might have to delete them with a pickaxe, and then move the platform a bit more, just and repeat until you have it lined up the way you want it. And then once you're happy with the placement, then move on to the next one and rinse and repeat until you have built your entire wall. Just keep in mind that the base layer of your wall is the most important because everything else gets built off of that. Even anything inside of that you're building on the walls. So this is a very important part that's worth taking the extra time to make sure it's good. And as you can see, you are going to be breaking a lot of things, so make sure that you have a lot of pickaxes when you're building these kinds of builds. Then after you have built your wall, what I like to do in this case is just add that onto there and add a pillar. This is just in case if anything happens to the wall, you have something there just to replace that wall with. Otherwise, it's actually very difficult to put that wall back. Okay, and then once you have your entire wall built, you can build up from there. Just keep in mind that you need to snap to the piece below it, and obviously not the piece beside, because then you're just going in a straight line. And the walls are not attached to each other from the one beside each other. They're only attached to up and down. And there you have it. That is my start to a Roman Colosseum with round walls in Lego Fortnite. So as you can see there, there is a start to the bleachers. That's the first option I tried. I'm not super happy with it. I need a 4 or 10 stud flooring just to kind of make the angle work out ideal. So I think what I'm leaning more towards is this one, where it actually spans more than one wall, just to kind of give me more options for width of the uh, the flooring I'm using for the bleachers. And so I'm just gonna keep working from here, try and find the best option because there is gonna have to be a compromise somewhere, being that it's not designed for this. and that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I hope this was helpful. This is quite the undertaking for my first video of a build. But anyways, if you follow along, I'm going to be having other builds showcased on here as I keep building. After I'm done this one, I am actually looking at doing a hockey arena. So kind of learning from this one and going bigger. So I already have a location picked up for it. I just gotta finish this one first. So I'll be posting more live streams of this build and hopefully some more videos on how I end up finishing this build. So thank you for watching. Bye.
Woohoo!